Hello everyone, and welcome back to SaGa 2, Goddess of Destiny. I've just located the part of the sewers that I was missing previously, behind this particular door here. There are 3 doors like this one here in the sewers, and 2 of them are locked, so it's really easy to overlook this 3rd one, assuming that it's locked as well. But it's not, and inside here I'm guessing we're going to find the key once we fight this little tiny hermit crab guy. This is a lot less impressive than mini bosses we've seen in the past, but that's what it is. Oh, and it is a hermit crab, called it exactly. Okay, so let's see what we can do about this. Gonna start out with a blizzard from Elodie here, triple lunge from Zenith, a rocket punch from Natsmer, and a Ninto from Virtue. I think that by this time I probably should have gotten a new single targeting gun for Natsmer rather than still using that rocket punch that I've had since way back in the world of the Giants. That one's probably getting a little bit outdated, so it's something that I'll be looking to spend my money on in the near future if I don't happen to find one in a chest or something. Let's see, Zenith's down pretty low on HP, so I'll cast Cure on him, assuming that Elodie survives to have a turn, and so does he. Otherwise, if the Hermit Crab targets Zenith or Elodie, that could be a waste, but I'll input it anyway, since it seems like the right thing to do, help out a friend in need. Ooh, get 2 consecutive combo opportunities, but we don't actually need them to finish off the fight. Max HP increase for both Elodie and Zenith, plus agility for Zenith, max HP for Natsmer as well, HP for everyone this fight, that's fantastic. Very, very little Cura though, since there was only 1 enemy in the fight, no matter how powerful he may be. And we get a sewer key for all that effort. Before I go on and use it though, let's go ahead and heal Zenith, which I meant to do during the fight but didn't have the chance to do. And because his spirit stat is so low, it's going to actually take 2 uses of Cure to get the job done. So yeah, it's definitely something I'm aware of, which is that Zenith and Natsmer have very, very low spirit stats, meaning that that Cure spell is not going as far as it used to. Alright, so I've been using this stealth ability quite a lot, and I've discovered that I really, really like it. So if I use it in this room, I'll still have it when I go to the next screen, which is a really nice feature. Something to be aware of though is that you can't use it while moving. So if an enemy is right on your tail, it won't do you any good because you'll have to stop before you're able to activate it. Also, sometimes enemies that were aware of your presence before you used it will remain aware of your presence after you use it. But enemies that weren't previously aware of your presence won't become aware of it no matter how close you get to them, which is really nice. I haven't tested yet to see whether you can get preemptive attacks really easily using stealth, but I hope that you can because that would be nice. Okay, so we have a room here, and we have 4 chests in it, and I know for a fact that there's a nasty trick here. Assuming this is like it was in Final Fantasy Legend 2, 3 of these chests contain relics, and the 4th contains some high-level monsters. And we've seen monsters in chests before, but we've never seen them snuck into these relic rooms like this, which is a really, really mean trick. So let's see if we can get a relic first. No, I picked the wrong one on the very first try, and we have an ambush with a fiend and 2 phantoms. Hopefully I'm able to pull through, so let's try the Poison Frog, yes, from Elodie. We'll put a triple lunge on the fiend, some explosive photons on the phantoms, and Ninto from Virtue. Unfortunately, both of these enemies are just palette swaps of ones that we've seen earlier in the game. Kind of unfortunate. I would have liked to have seen some exciting new monsters here in this encounter. Alright, a drain's enough to take down Elodie. I do get an opportunity to use a thread though, so I'm definitely going to do so. Get the Mubayoshi from Virtue, which is enough to take down that enemy. And the explosive photons lowering the agility of the phantoms, not something that we've seen happen before because those explosive photons are normally enough to finish off the enemies in one go. Alright, so a blizzard on Virtue here, that's probably going to deal a ton of damage, and it does, but he actually manages to survive. And I'm going to hit a thread here, which should be able to finish things off with the Mubayoshi. Yes, there it is. Okay, alright, that went exceedingly well for being an encounter with enemies in a box. Those are always so challenging. So we get agility increase for Zenith, and some Kuro, and Ripsir is happy with us, as she often is when things don't go the best for everybody. Gonna do some healing here. Going to probably take 3 uses of Cure, 1 on Elodie and 2 on Virtue. Yeah, sure enough. Yeah, these additional uses of Cure, everyone's HP is growing a lot faster than Elodie's spirit stat is. She can't keep up with the healing all on her own. We have a Relic Holy Amulet, which is going to give us the map ability Magma Shield. Okay, so I'm guessing that if we ever revisit another magma-filled location, like the submarine volcano, we'll be able to use our relic abilities to protect us from the lava damage. We get an ice crystal over here, and what's over here? A lightning crystal. Okay, so the ice crystal, no use to us, but since Elodie does have a lightning crystal equipped, that's going to raise her magic power, or her spirit stat, in addition to retaining her immunity to electricity. So there's one more locked door, like that one, which will additionally contain 3 more relics. And then we can head on out of these sewers and check in on Venus once again. But the other door should be right over this way. And up these stairs over here. I explored these sewers several times before I found the location of that key. It was getting kind of frustrating, but I was just completely overlooking that third door. Both because it looked like the locked doors did, and also because it was in a dead end next to a chest that I had opened previously. When I got that chest, I just completely overlooked that there was also a door there. Otherwise, I could have gotten the key on my first time through. It's actually located nearer to the entrance than these other 2 doors. So I could have very easily gotten this all in one go, but that's not how it went down. We have a speed crystal here, very nice. And back here, another relic, a magic crystal. Okay, so now one of these is going to contain monsters. Which will it be? This one. Okay, so I did not manage to make it out of this room without fighting any monsters. We have 3 phantoms this time, in addition to the single fiend. Gonna stick with the plan from last time here. Actually, let's switch over to the punch from Zenith. That'll deal a little bit more damage, I think. And the explosive photons, the MVP here. We're gonna keep on using those. And let's see how we go. Alright, asleep on Elodie from the phantom, which I would much rather have him do than using absorb. Unfortunately, they're targeting Natsmer, and she goes down in 1 hit. That's really too bad. I'm really relying on those explosive photons to get me through this fight. But the move Yoshi will deal a lot of damage as well, so I'm happy to see that. And we get a Poison Fog here from Elodie on the 3 Phantoms, dealing about 160 damage. That's not altogether too terrible. Let's see. I'm going to switch her over to using the Staff of Healing sort of preemptively, just in case we end up needing it. And we'll stick to the punch and the Ninto from the other 2, hoping for a combo opportunity that'll let them deal some additional damage. We have Blizzard here on Zenith, which makes me very happy that I decided to heal this turn, because he did manage to survive. And Move Yoshi here, going to take down all the enemies. Alright, wrapping up the fight. Max HP increase for Elodie, and a little bit of meat, which I would be incredibly happy to see if I had a monster in the party. Getting meat from high-level monsters earlier is extremely good, the same way that getting Esper abilities from high-level monsters can be good for you, because you're able to acquire things that you ordinarily wouldn't be able to acquire until later in the game. And finish things off here with a defense crystal. So now that I've got all of the relics from the sewers, let's head on above ground. I'm probably going to stop by the inn once again on my way out, since I am using several of these uses of gear. So I'll go ahead and once again rest at the inn, and then I will meet you outside Venus's palace, I think. That Angel Wing relic is really nice, because not only does it let you teleport to towns you visited previously, but it lets you do so even from inside dungeons. So I was able to jump from that relic room directly back here to Venus's Megalopolis, where I was able to rest at the inn. And over here we have an exclamation mark, so let's reacquaint ourselves with this character over here, and what's going on in her life. By decree of Lady Venus, I must marry Julius. Eek! Another earthquake. Man, these are relentless. It's still going. This is a big one. Alright, so we have a major earthquake here. What's happening? Something is rising up from the ground. Wow, okay. So I'm really happy that I recently got a relic that protected me from magma. A little bit of foreshadowing there. You might have thought that back in the Apollo's world was the only volcano we would visit in the game, but no, in fact, there's a second one. If you're in love with Antony, you should run away from here. Yes, but I can't disobey Lady Venus. Besides, it's scary outside the walls. I mean, it is scary. Volcanoes rise up out of nowhere. And what does Julius have to say here? He's really happy about marrying Olivia still. I think that was the same dialogue he had last time. Alright, so let's see. Let's go see if there's any new dialogue with the Lady Venus, now that we've caught her in a bit of a lie here, now that we've extracted all of the relics from beneath her very city. You know, it's kind of funny how there's a sewer dungeon like over half of the way into this game. Typically, sewers are like the very first dungeon you have in an RPG, or, alright, here, the Lady Venus indicates that there's a volcano that rose up from the ruins outside the walls. She wonders if any relics still reside there. See, I thought you had a pretty good handle on the relics in this world. Now you're not so sure, now that we've exposed you a little bit. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna head over to that volcano, see if there are any additional relics over there. It seems that there are, like, ruins of the ancient gods, like, strewn throughout the underground of this world. Like, this entire world was built on the foundation of ancient ruins, so anything that happens to be underground is just, like, rife with them. But yeah, like I was saying, so many games like have a sewer as the very first dungeon you visit, and here in this game it's one of the later ones, really. But I guess it's a fairly unique city, so it's a fairly unique sewer. So yeah, let's head on outside here. Actually, this exit will just take me back to the Sky Pillar, so I actually have to walk all the way around this way to exit the city, and this is such a pain. The fact that Antony's village is not a valid location to teleport to using the angel wings has easily cost me minutes of my life at this point. That's okay though. We'll go ahead and keep on walking in this direction. Let's see if this Anuboid has anything new to say. City's vast. When you just, yeah, he's just teaching us about the teleporters. I suppose I could have taken advantage of one to teleport me to this point and then walk out. Actually, while I'm here, I can check in and see if I'm able to afford a new gun. I was talking about replacing that rocket punch, and I can do that with this arquebus, which I can actually afford. It's not super high priority, just because Natsmer does have the explosive photons, which are a perfectly valid use of her turn. But since I'm here and I have the money, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade her rocket punch to this arquebus. I assume that's how that's pronounced, arquebus, something like that. And then I can sell this rocket punch while I'm here as well. A manually loaded gun, a predecessor to the musket. This is the first portable style rifle manufactured in the worlds. Nice little history lesson there. Seems odd to be taking a step back and using a historical pre-musket weapon in a place of her highly advanced rocket punch, but that's the way things go in video games sometime. So we'll sell that off and then continue heading on outside the city. Okay, you can see the volcano rising up in the distance right now. It's out past Antony's town. In the northwestern corner of the world, there's an energy point over there I can see on the map, but not something I need to take advantage of at the moment since I did just rest at the inn. Let's head on inside and find what's in there. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be needing the use of that map ability that protects me from magma damage, simply because stepping on lava only deals 1 point of damage per step, and that's becoming increasingly insignificant as I go on in the game. But it seems that I have to walk over a lot more lava to get through here. Oh, wait, who's that? Someone creeping around behind me. Seems that I'm being followed here. He should know that it's dangerous inside this volcano. This is really not the place to be if you're not an experienced explorer like ourselves. And we have a piranha here inside this volcano. I wonder, has this, like, fish been living in this underground volcano this entire time? It seems like a strange place to find a fish, but in any case, I should be able to take care of it in short order since it is just a single opponent. Hey, check out that arquebus. That's a sweet looking weapon there. Yeah, very, very old-fashioned like the description indicated. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, very strange to see just a single opponent inside of a dungeon here. Normally, you'll fight a single opponent when you get into encounter on the world map maybe, but dungeons typically have significantly larger groups of enemies. And it went down in 2 hits. It did manage to deal a fair amount of damage to Zenith, but roughly as much as we'd see from like a werewolf or something, not from the more recent enemies we've encountered. We get a max HP increase, and we get to move along. We get a Rato evaluation. That's a little bit unusual. Only 7 MP, but you can't expect too much from a single enemy encounter. I guess I might as well heal Zenith since he did sustain some damage. Actually, yeah, I'm actually going to pass on that. Maybe I can get away with doing it during battle. Oh no, we have an ambush from a chest. That's frightening. We just had 2 of those earlier this episode, and now we have 2 gazers and a cutthroat. Alright, so we'll, yeah, like I said, I'm going to try healing Zenith. Actually, you know, since we're facing higher level enemies, that seems increasingly unlikely to actually resolve, so I'm going to use the Poison Fog instead, just try to deal as much damage as I can. And then I will put Explosive Photons on the gazers and my single target attacks over here on the cutthroat. And just cross my fingers for us. Wow. The cutthroat instantly killed Virtue there. You see that the effect of a chainsaw, actually. That's the weapon type that deals those instant kill attacks. And a ton of damage from those gazers. Actually, if I'd used Cure with Elodie, Zenith would actually have survived that. But that's okay, because I did manage to finish the round in one fight by using Corrosive Mist instead. And Repsira, obviously thrilled to see two of my characters defeated, and they were not the ones that usually get defeated. Usually it's Elodie and either Zenith or Natsmer, but in this case it was Zenith and Virtue. Alright, so let's heal up from that fight and press on. Yeah, let's go ahead and top them off. It's using up a lot of cures, and it's not healing in battle like I said I was going to try to do, but I'd rather play it safe. Plus, I'm not sure how long this dungeon is. I don't remember this one particularly well. Oh, we have an energy point over here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that, just because it will restore the uses of my cure. Or, actually, if I remember the tutorial correctly, it has a chance of restoring my abilities. But I have a ton of relic power left, like 19 uses of my relic power. So really, no reason not to use this energy point. Is it not doing it? Am I not pressing the button? I'm pressing the button. Why is it not working? Okay, so clearly something's wrong here. Oh, you have to press X, or rather, A. X on my controller. Okay, health completely restored. I want my abilities back, though. Let's try it again. Health completely restored. And I still have 19 uses of energy left. Huh. Oh, okay. This is not an energy point. This is a healing fountain object, like we saw in the previous Volcano. It's like a hot spring. It's not the same as the energy points that we see scattered around the map. Okay, I was just a little bit confused there, but yeah, that will only restore my health, not the uses of my abilities, but on the bright side, it does not use up uses of my relic power to use it. And we have a group of enemies here. We have a Spiegel, a Triceratops, and an Ogre. Spiegel, an enemy we saw back in the Guardian's base, right? So that's not a new enemy. But the Triceratops is. Oh, and the Ogre. Wasn't the Ogre a mini-boss in the Guardian's base? Alright, so I'm a little bit frightened by that, actually. And by this Triceratops, too, which is an interesting palette swap of the talking rhinoceros we fought earlier. So we'll open with a Poison Fog here, and then spread the others out. We'll use the Arquebus on the Ogre, and the Ninto on the Triceratops. Alright, let's see how this goes. Triple Lunge, not enough to take down the Spiegel. Elodie does survive an attack from the Ogre, but the Triceratops is going to finish her off. That's okay, though. Oh, we have a Flamethrower attack on Natsmer. Not very powerful, though. Yeah, that Spiegel a little bit outclassed by this point in the game. The Ogre, not so much, though. He was able to survive a hit from the Arquebus. We'll stick to our previous attacks, and we'll put the Ninto over here on the Ogre as well. And this should finish things up in one round regardless, but I'm going to use the Thread anyway, just because the opportunity presented itself. And yeah, there we go. Finish off the fight. Ooh, Taijutsu handling increase for Zenith, that's great. And max HP for Natsmer, plus strength as well. Alright, very, very fruitful encounter. Unfortunately, I cannot eat the Triceratops meat this time. I'm going to check how many uses I have left of my threads, actually, since I have been using them pretty often in these last few fights. Still 41 uses left, so not in danger of running out of those anytime soon. Have Elodie heal herself, and then we'll head a little bit deeper next time. So thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you then.